Namaskar viewers, welcome to another episode of Samvaad. Since university is in a process for the advertisements of admission seats to PhD program for July 2026 session, we are from our first episode itself introducing slowly to the various aspects of the PhD programs of the university. In continuation, today we are going to discuss the overviews and orientation to the PhD programs offered in the different disciplines of School of Sciences. To discuss with and to orient more on the PhD program offered by the School of Sciences, with me today I have Professor Manish Trivedi. He is the director of the School of Sciences. I also have Professor Lalita S. Kumar, the Faculty of Chemistry, and Professor Parvesh Babbar sir, the Faculty of Biochemistry. So, coming to the topic, I would like to request our director of the school, Professor Manish sir, to give a brief overview of the disciplines which are offering PhD program in School of Sciences. Over to you, sir.
Dear viewers, as Satish sir said that the PhD programs is on offer in School of Sciences. So School of Sciences hosts 8 disciplines, discipline of biochemistry, chemistry, geography, geology, life sciences, mathematics, physics and statistics. All these disciplines are offering the PhD programs with the titles of PhD program in biochemistry, PhD program in life sciences, PhD program in chemistry, PhD program in geography, PhD program in geology, PhD program in mathematics, PhD program in physics and PhD program in statistics. All the disciplines are offering these PhD programs since 2008 from the inceptions of the PhD programs in IGNOU. As the faculty members of all the disciplines, they are very much involved in research and project activities. They have the research publications in peer-reviewed journals of in national and international reputes. As per your information, from last couple of years, the School of Sciences faculty members have published more than 60 papers over a year, every year. So, this is the brief introduction about the School of Sciences, disciplines and the research oriented activities in the school.
Thank you, sir. Now, coming to the specific aspects, as director of the school, he has briefed that there are some disciplines which are offering PhD programs. Along with me, since I have Professor Lalita S. Kumar, who is from chemistry discipline, I would like to know more things as a layman who wants to apply for a PhD program in IGNOU from offered by the School of Sciences. Ma'am, how the PhD program which is offered by School of Sciences, you are taking care of practical applications or laboratory experimentations required? How you are going ahead? Please, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Satish, and I really welcome all the viewers and the prospective scholars for IGNOU, our university. And though Dr. Satish has asked me to get into the process of PhD program for the School of Sciences, but dear learners, dear viewers and the scholars, see, I've had almost 37 years in this university. Since 1989 when I joined this university. So if our members do not mind, I'll just get into the brief of background of the PhD program as it was conceived for School of Sciences.
Please now.
Sure, thank you. So, I think, it gives you a perspective how we have actually come over for so many years. You can imagine, from the kind of research we were not at all into research, first of all, when we got into the system, because we were busy preparing the ODL programs, the self-learning materials, and many more things. It was a new concept for us also. But, and at that point also, of course, since we had come right from our PhD, after finishing our PhD programs, so we were also very enthusiastic. And, at that point of time, somehow, the system was that we were into systemic research. We wanted to improve the ODL system of teaching learning. So we went for, improving the whole teaching learning process. And it was, through systemic research, which, of course, that was in the initial years. And a number of scholars, went abroad, different conferences. And it gradually, because as the programs came to some conclusion, our BSc program or other diploma and the certificate programs, we moved on to the discipline-based research. And as Professor Trivedi, our director, told you that the program actually, started, the discipline-based actual started in 2007 and 8, when, there was a scheme which was called RTA. This was Research Teaching Assistant and Assistantship Program. So here, we had a very dynamic vice chancellor at that point of time who introduced this system where, the research scholar, we were supposed to have scholars who would assist us in the preparation of ODL materials and side by side pursue their PhD programs. It was truly fantastic, which triggered us into that research mode, which was left for many years. So this scheme actually, it went over till almost 2012. And from 2011-12, there was another, system of introduction of the PhD programs. And there, in order to facilitate all those who could not pursue their PhD programs, during their, during their study periods, there was a gap. So, the university went into introducing two systems. These were called Group A and Group B. So here, the ones who had completed MPhil program, or they had an experience of 5 years of teaching or in an R&D, we were taking these scholars straight away. So these two groups were introduced, and for a period of almost 3-4 years, because, it was only, I think, in 2016 that IGNOU started an entrance exam. So we were into taking an entrance, through our, we prepared questions. We got the scholars admitted through a competitive entrance test. And then, started coming some youngsters also. And, this journey went on. And then, all of us, the whole IGNOU fell into the ambit of University Grants Commission. We are right now also guided by the UGC rules and regulations. And Dr. Satish must have, in his introductory lectures, must have really introduced all the nitty-gritties, the technicalities, and, the plethora of rules, I'm sure. So I'm not getting into all that. But then what I'm saying that actually, despite a open university, and I think, our the prospective learners, the prospective scholars would appreciate that, despite there not being an infrastructure, no labs, and, we really took this challenge of pursuing PhD program. And this was all done by collaborative means. Our peers, since, I'm from University of Delhi, so we had a number of our peers who helped us, wherein, they in their experimental setup, as Dr. Satish was asking. So, sir, we,
Yes.
it all started with a very humble beginning. wherein, they used to, for their experimentals, you can understand, I belong to chemistry discipline, and without a wet lab, it would have been so very difficult. And actually, thanks to our previous Vice Chancellor, we got the chemistry laboratory built for MSc program. And that was when, we started utilizing the wet lab also. Number of our scholars, they've been working here. And they have, I think Professor Manish also said that we've had, good publications. I mean, YLA, Elsevier, anything you count on, ACS, my own students. I mean, it is actually a very motivating factor that despite a very low infrastructure, or you can say, not, the financial part of it, the students have to strive, but then still we are pulling on with the help of research unit, to which Dr. Satish belongs. They are all, they motivate our students by indirect means, They have never, kind of posed any hurdles. So the work has been going on very smoothly. So now, because, this is a general background, I thought, not many faculty you will find, who will be my age, or, who will have an experience of 37 years. So I thought, this was a good platform where I could at least, apprise you of this. This will remain with you forever, so the long journey of our PhD program. Yes. And being from chemistry discipline, I'll just take 2-3 minutes and tell you that PhD in chemistry has been going on very well because of course, those MSc labs which we have. Plus, with the help of our own faculty members who have been lending us some good instruments like, a spectrophotometer at least, there are, for nano chemistry also, we have lots of provisions. So the students are getting into diverse fields. The faculty has a specialization. And, this is an advisory to all the prospective scholars. Again, when you are planning to apply as per the UGC rules now, that NET is a must, and there are 3 categories by which we also admit the students. So here, you have to be little you have to make up your mind and think, like what kind of a research work you want to do. There is no boundary as of today. If I say, there is physical, organic, inorganic, nothing of that sort, because we ourselves, I'm a trained synthetic organic chemist, but then I have ventured into computational also. We are doing molecular docking with the help of our peers in life sciences, like Professor Babbar, who is here with us today, and similarly many more. So here, that's what we've been kind of advocating to our students. Please, come with a background like you should also know that, where all can you also lies in, like where all can you also get a support. You have done your PGs from whichever institutions. So there is no problems of collaboration at all. We have a provision of co-supervisors also. My own scholars have also worked like co-supervisors. And as far as chemistry is concerned, all of you would agree that you have to have the minimum MSc in chemistry. And we have, otherwise there is, as I said, no bar of specialization. We work in the area of synthetic organic or say nano or analytical. And similarly, we have designed the courseworks also. As we proceed in this, and when we come with chemistry specific program, in this show, the Samvaad, started by, of course, a brainchild of Dr. Satish, I think it's fantastic. We never thought that it should be, it can be a very motivating and, factor for all the prospective scholars. I shouldn't take very long. Dr. Satish, as and when it will come.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Madam has highlighted some of the things in which she very categorically said that we are following the UGC regulations in toto, and since from July 2024 UGC said that you have to bring a net score to be qualified for the interview for PhD admissions. We are following same thing. and shortly our applications will be available online. We will be advertising in 2 daily newspapers, and when we advertise the PhD seat vacancies, then you can apply online at your ease, at your place, through the IGNOU website. So we are following the UGC guidelines, UGC regulations in toto, and as Madam also highlighted that university is having the wet lab facilities for the PhD research in sciences disciplines. And apart from the available resources at the university, wherever the expertise in other fields where advanced research has to be carried out, which university is presently not having facility, in such cases, the madam very rightly highlighted that we are having the provisions for co-supervision from other institutions where the facilities are available, and the student is facilitated to work in the other laboratories through co-supervision provision and through memorandum of understandings also. So university is taking all the steps to provide the resources to the research scholars in the science disciplines. Now coming to the specific matters related to the, as our director of the school has highlighted, on an average every year the faculty is producing 60 research publications. So, and madam also said that the discipline is also trying to take the help from the other faculties of the School of Sciences, where their expertise needs to be extended for the completion of the research. So I just would like to know from Professor Parvesh Babbar sir how the facilities are working, what is the profile of the disciplines of biochemistry, and what is the research profile of Parvesh Babbar sir, which will motivate the students to know that what kind of expertise already available, as madam also highlighted 37 years of experience. Sir, please sir.
Thank you, Dr. Satish. It's really nice, and I welcome all the viewers. So, and thank you, Dr. Lalita. Thank you, Dr. Our director, Professor Manish Trivedi, for highlighting various aspects of our PhD program. So first I will begin that though it's a distance learning institution, but the PhD is at par with the UGC guideline as told by Dr. Satish. We follow the UGC guidelines and UGC framework. The PhD is carried out in the UGC framework. So we have the lab facilities. So the PhD scholars or the expected learners who wish to pursue the PhD in PhD biochemistry or in other discipline of School of Sciences, please take note of that we do provide lab facilities, and we also have memorandum of understanding or collaborative activities with other institutes. So for higher advanced techniques, usage of higher advanced techniques, we take use of the collaborative institutes like AIMS or other NII or other institute and several other institutes, I may say so. The duration of the PhD program is of 3 to 5 years as per UGC framework, and for that we also have pre-PhD coursework. Like we do conduct pre-PhD coursework. It varies from discipline to discipline, the number of credits which the research scholar has to take. Say for example, in biochemistry, students have to take about 16 credits of pre-PhD coursework, and this pre-PhD coursework is about 6 months. And the process is similar. After taking admission, the student is enrolled, the learner is enrolled in the PhD program. Then after successfully completing pre-PhD coursework, they have to undergo synopsis presentation depending upon the topic of research which they have to pursue in the coming years. A proper research design, hypothesis, formulation, all this has to be presented by the research scholar in the doctoral research committee. In our discipline, we have doctoral research committees which looks after, and in presence of external expert, the student project proposal is thoroughly analyzed and given due approval and recommendation. Then after synopsis presentation, successful presentation, then the student is registered in the PhD program. And then in the PhD program, student has to undergo the submission of progress report. Like 6 months, we have the provision of 6 monthly progress report, where student have to present his project work or his research work in the DRC, Doctoral Research Committee, which duly recommends the successful completion of the work, and in that committee also looks into the future research work which the research scholar has to conduct. And then we have mandatory, it is mandatory for the research scholar to do seminar presentation, along with publication. So the publication is also a very important component. It should meet the publication standards. Student has to publish his research work in national or journals of national or international repute. Then it is followed by pre-PhD seminar. The student has to give pre-PhD seminar presentation in which he has to present his work of, say for example, 3 years or 5 years, whatever research work he or she has done, she has to present the research work. And then again in the research DRC, Doctoral Research Committee, it looks after, give the suggestions. That suggestion has to be incorporated in the research proposal. Student has to conduct, say for example, lab work or again extended lab work. He has to do that, and then he can go for thesis submission. It is followed by the PhD viva, and after successful PhD thesis submission and viva, the student is granted the PhD degree. So this is generally at par with the conventional university, this entire procedure. So even though it is an open and distance learning institution, but PhD in sciences is in regular mode. Student has to be there, has to present his work, and has to do the lab facilities here or in some related institute where he is working. For example, the candidates or research scholar who's working somewhere else, they have to, it is mandatory for them to do the lab work, wet lab, especially in case of School of Sciences. I'm talking specifically about the biochemistry discipline. Now coming specifically to the biochemistry discipline, we are 5 faculty members in the discipline of biochemistry, and our specialization varies from enzymology to metabolic biochemistry to clinical biochemistry to computational biochemistry to plant biochemistry. So we have different 5 research scholars. 5 research scholars are currently enrolled, and they are working with different faculty members and pursuing the research in these areas. And another thing, we are not limiting the research proposal, we are not limiting to that very particular area, because right now research has become very interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary. So we have to take different aspects, more innovative ideas, more creative ideas. So PhD is nothing but a creation, creativity, new idea formulation, and that is being done also. So we do venture into multidisciplinary areas or interdisciplinary areas related to the biochemistry, say for example nanobiochemistry or biotechnology. So we do venture into these areas, bioinformatics as well. So we do venture into these areas. So the student has to continuously work under the supervision of the faculty members as PI, and along with the fees associated with some other institutes, so along with co-supervisor. So eventually in thesis submission, so the concurrence of both supervisors and co-supervisors are must, and thereafter the student or research scholar can successfully submit his PhD thesis.
So thank you, sir. Thank you, Parvesh, Babbar, sir. As sir has highlighted that the School of Sciences, in its various disciplines, they are having a very good number of faculty members with expertise in very large areas of scientific research. Like if specifically, as he highlighted, we talk about the biochemistry, as he said, enzyme technology, it means that the faculty is having the expertise in the field of microbial biochemistry, plant biochemistry, animal biochemistry. It means that the university is having a very good human resource in terms of experienced faculties who have been appointed with a rigorous process of University Grants Commission's recruitment rules. Therefore, I strongly recommend an aspirant who wants to do PhD from Indira Gandhi National Open University in any science disciplines which the university is offering, like biochemistry, chemistry, stats, or any other discipline, without any hesitations, since we are following all the University Grants Commission's regulations and the PhD program is offered through regular mode with the provisions of full-time and part-time PhD, as Sir detailed the procedure, which we are following the rigorous standards and we are maintaining the quality, and the students has to produce the publications in the peer-reviewed journals. There is lot of monitoring mechanism going through, in which doctoral research committee is involved, school board is involved, and there is a statutory body called research council. And apart from that, wherever ethical issues comes in the PhD research, institutional ethical committee is also available with the university, and we are also following all the standards of academic integrity like plagiarism, AI tool uses, all the things. Therefore, I strongly recommend to the viewers that if you are planning to do PhD in any of the sciences disciplines, you can go ahead without any hesitation. And even if you want to, before proceeding, to consult with our faculties, you can visit our university and have a discussion face to face with our faculties at the School of Sciences situated at our headquarters in the Maidangadi, New Delhi. And the PhD degree is offered through the School of Studies only. We are not offering PhD program through any regional center or any study center. Therefore, you have to be present for your PhD at the headquarters, which is in regular mode. Apart from that, definitely we are having USPs like, as Professor Lalita S. Kumar has highlighted and Professor Parvesh Babbar sir highlighted, and in his brief, Director of the school has highlighted, we are definitely having a very good wet labs, and the university is taking all the care to extend the external facilities of research laboratories to our students wherever it is required and wherever it is possible without any hassle. And we are having the provision of adopting co-supervisor from other institution. When Parvesh Babbar sir was highlighting, he also highlighted some of the names of the institutions of national importance where the university is sending our PhD students for conducting their research in their laboratories. With this, I just would like to extend my best wishes to you, and I promote definitely to you and motivate you to go for PhD program from Indira Gandhi National Open University. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.